Hey guys, welcome to The Sports Entertainer. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss out on any of our videos. Our first wrestling news story of the day is why Chelsea Green asked for her early release. Now for any fans concerned, thankfully this isn't a current update regarding Chelsea Green, as no doubt a lot of fans would be extremely disappointed if WWE were to release Chelsea after she has established herself as being a very important part of the mid-card women's title scene on SmackDown. But for those of you unaware, Chelsea opened up on a recent podcast regarding her previous release from WWE back in April 2021, with Chelsea making it clear that she had asked WWE to release her from her contract early so that she could get a head start on the indies before the other released talents, revealing, quote, "I called WWE and asked if I could be released from my contract early. Normally we have 90 days, but I asked if I could be released on day 60 or 70 and forego my pay so I could get onto the indies earlier than the group of other released WWE stars, so I could have more hype. That's the problem too, so we're all back on the same day, so a bunch of us would show up on the same show. We'd all be on a TNA pay-per-view or a Ring of Honor pay-per-view or whatever, and then who are they gonna talk about? They're gonna talk about the person who does the most flips. It ain't me. I don't leave my feet, so how am I gonna draw attention to myself? Okay, I'm gonna forego my pay, and then I'm gonna get on the indies 2 weeks to a month early, and everyone's gonna be shocked. It's going to be truly surprising because nobody's ever done that, and WWE said yes. Now it's definitely great that things have worked out for Chelsea Green in WWE, because while her last run up until her release in 2021 didn't really amount to much, Chelsea has gotten over with fans during this current run, and has shown why she is a valuable asset to the women's division, and no doubt she'll be looking to reclaim that women's United States title soon. Unfortunate update on Jay Uso after title loss. Now there's some potentially bad news to report regarding Jay Uso's status with WWE following his World Heavyweight title loss to Gunther on Raw this week, as it appears as though the real reason has been revealed regarding why Triple H decided to have Jay lose his world title to Gunther out of the blue like that on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, as opposed to a pay-per-view. For those of you unaware, former WWE employee Tommy Carlucci stated on a recent podcast episode that Jay is likely taking some time off following his title loss to Gunther to deal with some injuries. Quote, "I actually like Gunther right now. I think Jay's probably taking a little time off with these injuries, so-called injuries that he's had. So maybe he's going to do that, we'll see." Now if Jay Uso is legit injured and is needing to take a break to deal with them, then that sheds some light on why he lost the World Heavyweight title the way he did to Gunther on Raw this week, and also possibly is an explanation regarding why Jay has not been in the best ring shape recently, as some fans were getting a bit concerned about Jay with how out of breath he's been after doing his entrance, and his lingering injuries may have put a wrench in Jay's training routine, so he hasn't been in the best condition. Regardless, if Jay Uso is going to be taking a bit of a break from WWE following his title loss to Gunther, then we wish Jay well and hope he has a speedy recovery. No doubt this break will also allow for Jay to reflect on the unbelievable year he's had in WWE that culminated in him becoming a world champion. Roman Reigns returns with Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. Now Seth Rollins has completely shifted the landscape of WWE following WrestleMania 41, and to say that things have been going according to Seth's plan of basically taking over WWE would be a massive understatement. Not only did Seth Rollins take Paul Heyman away from Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, he then unveiled a brand new faction with some of WWE's most promising monsters, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, and if that wasn't enough, with a bit of help from his new faction, Seth Rollins secured the massive win at Money in the Bank this past weekend, and became Mr. Money in the Bank for the second time in his career, which guarantees Seth a world title opportunity of his choosing whenever he wants. However, while Seth Rollins is dominating WWE right now with his new faction, and basically seems unstoppable, Seth is going to be getting hit with a reality check very soon, courtesy of the OTC Roman Reigns. According to a breaking new backstage rumor, Triple H and WWE are currently planning out Roman Reigns' big return, and what the company reportedly have planned for Roman's return will surprise you. while Roman Reigns all by himself wouldn't be able to pose a serious threat to Seth Rollins' new faction, which was very clear on the Raw episode after WrestleMania, where both Roman Reigns and CM Punk were taken out by Seth and his stablemates. The rumor going around right now is that Roman Reigns will not be returning alone, and will instead be making his massive return with a faction of his own, and the members of Roman's new faction that WWE are considering will shock you. It's being rumored that WWE are wanting Brock Lesnar to return and be a part of Roman's new faction, with Reigns basically recruiting Lesnar for his group, someone who also was at one point in time managed by Paul Heyman, who now works for Seth Rollins. But that's not all. There is speculation backstage that if Triple H has it his way and works out a deal with AEW, then Dean Ambrose would be making several crossover appearances in WWE to join forces with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar against Seth Rollins' new faction. Those are reportedly the two stars that Triple H wants to join Roman Reigns' faction to take on Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, likely at SummerSlam. However, WWE have not yet worked out a deal with AEW to have Ambrose or Moxley crossover just yet, so Dean's involvement with the storyline is apparently 50-50. If not Dean Ambrose, WWE have a few other options to join Roman Reigns in the fight against Seth Rollins' faction, but who exactly these other options are to join Roman's stable if Dean Ambrose isn't available remains a mystery. Now, when it comes to Brock Lesnar, the rumor going around is that Lesnar has been open to return to WWE for several months, but wanted something fresh and interesting to really inspire him to come back, and the belief is that Brock Lesnar likes the idea of working as a babyface again, and is apparently all for the idea of working with Roman Reigns in a new faction, someone that Brock has a lot of respect for behind the scenes. The bottom line is that Seth Rollins should enjoy whatever time he has left, being at the top of WWE with his new faction, as Roman Reigns is planning to disrupt things majorly in WWE when he returns. John Cena retaining undisputed title against CM Punk. Now on Raw this past Monday, there was a huge announcement made for the upcoming Night of Champions Premium live event in Riyadh on June 28th, as John Cena is set to defend his undisputed WWE Championship against CM Punk at the major show later this month. Cena and Punk had a truly awesome promo on Raw this week, and the hype is already at an all-time high for this title clash between the legendary rivals John Cena and CM Punk, with a lot of fans hoping that somehow, someway, CM Punk pulls off the win and captures that undisputed title. However, fans shouldn't get their hopes up regarding CM Punk defeating Cena, because according to a new backstage rumor, John Cena is apparently not going to be losing his championship until the very end of his retirement tour, possibly the final date on the tour in December, so the chances of a title change at Night of Champions are slim to none, although no doubt John Cena and CM Punk are going to be bringing their A-game and putting on a classic for wrestling fans, with this quite possibly being the last time fans will ever get to see Punk versus Cena, so this is going to be a special match even if there isn't a title change.